Hey everyone, Andrew Morrison here, also known as Andrew the Astrologer. Welcome to my brand new YouTube channel, which is all related to astrology. Now today's video today, I'll be sharing and discussing what it actually means when you have the moon conjunct Rahu, also known as the north node of the moon. What it means when you have moon conjunct Rahu, or the north node, in your horoscope, in your birth chart, or in your natal chart. So definitely stay tuned to this video. Now again, this is my brand new YouTube channel, which is really much helping both men and women to really help them create their dream reality, which they never thought was possible, all through the power of astrology. I've done it, and so many of my thousands of clients that I've helped with my astrology readings have done so as well. And now it's your turn. So on that note, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell and the like button below. Just as a friendly reminder, you want to make sure that the bell is actually turned on. Otherwise, you most likely may not even be notified when I post several new videos here on my channel. And before I get into the content for today's video, I just want to say that I do have a few spots available if you are needing that astrology reading with me. Again, this is something that I do obviously provide and offer, and I would love for you to connect with me, and the best way to schedule and book that astrology reading is actually through my professional email account, which as always is found down in the description down below. Also, on a different note, also down in the description down below is a link to my free private astrological community. We have people all around the world in so many different countries, and I would love for you to be part of this group as well. I just wanted to throw that out there in case this does seem of interest to you. Alright, so moon conjunct Rahu, also known as the north node of the moon. What do these energies actually mean? What does this translate in astrology when you actually have these energies in your horoscope or in your birth chart? So I want to be perfectly clear. Planetary conjunctions really occur when there's 10 to 12 degrees at a maximum, I'd say, between planets. Anything beyond 12 degrees isn't really considered a true conjunction. Even past 10 degrees, that is, it really isn't a true conjunction, but I sort of consider it the marker of 10 to 12 degrees, and 12 degrees being the maximum. But just as a friendly reminder, I cannot stress this point enough that you should never read your own horoscope, your own birth chart. This creates a lot of fear, panic, worry, and not just that, it really creates a lot of delusions and illusions and false thoughts and false beliefs into your internal mind, into your internal system. So I cannot stress that point enough. But furthermore, back to moon conjunct Rahu, or also known as the north node of the moon. Moon, if you aren't familiar, it's a very important planet. I always place high emphasis when I do my chart analysis, my chart readings. The reason for this is because moon is basically our emotional mindset. It is our psyche, it is our emotions, our feelings, and it also definitely includes our emotional ambiance that we basically sort of carry, and other people, other human beings sort of pick up on. And moon also definitely includes part of our personality traits and our characteristics. And so the reason why moon is so important is because, you know, thoughts create action, and so whatever is actually oscillating internally is usually what we take action on, and therefore this actually creates our realities. This creates our experiences here on planet Earth, whether positive or negative. So I just wanted to be perfectly clear about the importance of planet moon. Now, Rahu, also known as the north node of the moon, this is actually considered a malefic planet in astrology. And if you aren't familiar with this sort of terminology, malefic basically means that it creates sort of more harsher, more mean, and not so friendly results. It has sort of a very intense impact wherever the north node, also known as Rahu, is placed, wherever it is placed in the chart. Now, the north node, also known as Rahu, it is the dragon's head, or also the snake's head as well. So I use the two of these sort of symbolisms. It really just kind of depends on the astrologer, but I, you know, I use these different symbolisms to help explain, the meanings and the messages behind these different planets. Now, furthermore, the North Node, also known as Rahu, is basically sort of your weakness that really drove you into planet Earth. Now, the South Node, on the other hand, it is your mastery from previous lifetimes. And so Rahu, or the North Node of the Moon, again, wherever it is placed, it is really sort of indicating where you should put a lot more focus. It has a lot to do with your unfinished business. So back to Moon conjunct Rahu, or the North Node of the Moon, this can create, just because the North Node of the Moon or Rahu, depending on what sort of terminology you are going by, the North Node, also known as Rahu, is a very extreme, very intense planet. And so, because, as I mentioned earlier, Moon is a planet of emotions and feelings, this can create in an individual, if you are an individual that has this type of energy in your birth chart, this can create an individual with a lot of extreme emotions, a lot of intense emotions. And not just that, this can actually create possibly some delusions and some illusions. And I've done some chart readings where I've actually seen, and I've spoken with my clients that had these energies in their birth chart where they actually seen, ghosts and spirits and possibly, supernatural sightings. The North Node of the Moon does deal with foreign type of energy, and so a lot of times I've seen this also in my clients as well. They can especially be very interested or curious in learning more about the supernatural, learning more about aliens, UFOs, etc., etc. And I've also seen a lot of people with this placement. This can actually create people with more elevated intuition, different levels of different psychic abilities, different psychic talents, so whether that includes clairvoyance, just in general intuition. I've also seen a lot of, and spoken with my clients that also receive a lot of messages, a lot of meanings, and also insights in their actual dreams.